All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Central Oregon Shenanigans. And today we're working on this little beast. There goes James. Everybody wave and say bye. Bye, James. He'll be back here shortly, but we have, let's see if I can get out of the way so you can see, we have a crack in our radiator. So we are going to pull the radiator. We're going to do a tune-up on this. No plugs this time. Yeah, no plugs this time on this. Air filter oil change. We're going to change the radiator out, put more fluid, more coolant in it. And then we're going to wash, wax, detail this thing. This is the vehicle that we're going to be taking to Las Vegas here in, well, as of the time I'm recording this, it is the 15th of May. We leave the 27th, so we have 12 days to have everything wrapped up, ready to go, and should be a good time. We're going to be down there for 5 days. James and I are going to try to do quite a bit of filming, not 100%, but we are going to do as much as possible. So I'm going to set you guys up and we will start getting this radiator out. It has been cracked for a while, but man, this thing is just filthy in there. Just so much gross debris, all the rest of that stuff that's in here. We are going to do a serpentine belt today, so a lot of this is going to stay apart so that we can do that. I got to grab some pliers and get these clamps, lower radiator hose off, the transmission lines. So as soon as I get back to that, I will bring you back. All right, guys, so radiator's out, fan shroud's out. All it was, lower radiator line, 2 transmission lines, and a couple of these little plastic plugs in here. We are changing out the serpentine belt, like I said earlier, so oops. This should be pretty simple. This is probably the easiest way to change out this serpentine belt, because with all of that stuff, there is not a lot of room. We are gonna hang tight, wait for James. Maybe I've got to do an oil change on this, so little drop-in swap. Window wipers need to be changed. I want to have a second hand here just to hold this hood to put the new radiator in here. The condenser doesn't look bad. None of the fins, I mean, there's one top spot. It's a little tore up, but nothing bad. But yeah, you can see the overflow upper, and this little petcock right here made it extremely nice to drain without a ton of mess. These are the 2 trainee lines. The other camera died, so this is our Hero 4, so you're gonna pick up a little bit more wind noise. But what I was saying was, right here, you got your 2 trainee lines and your lower radiator line. This little petcock, we just plumbed a hose, just stuck it on there. Worked out really, really well. Now we are gonna get under the van and change the oil. This should be very exciting for everybody. Oil's dropped. Haven't added any oil in yet. Haven't put any oil in yet. Had to find a filter. We had one sitting on the shelf, so just went ahead and used that. The other thing, oh, drain plug on these 4/6s. In case anybody's curious, it's a 5/8. We used a socket just to make things easier.
All right, I'm back. Well, I'm here.
Can you pull this top corner?
And what
out?
What?
Thank you.
What?
I just want to get the shroud back on.
Kyle's got, looks like he's got the new radiator in.
You just helped me. Don't lie to them.
Void if removed. Something's void if you remove it. Don't remove it, Kyle.
Okay.
Looks like our old radiator was leaking for quite some time. Pretty easy, guys. Kyle just slid the old one out since I've been back, and we slid the new one in. It's got pegs down there. He just slid on the transmission coolant lines and the lower radiator hose, and now he's putting the new bolts in, or new nuts for the shroud. Got the lower part of the shrouds already in place.
Yeah, it's just got a little pins,
and then it's just a matter of putting the air filter and hose on the top here. I don't know what this one goes to. Oh, that's coolant recovery.
It's right here.
Hose.
I had to take the whole thing off to get it in there.
And top up our...
Yeah.
So you got to fill this thing? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not too wild about the way that this works, because if you look down here, and I don't know if you can see it, but on the lower line, you can see the hose.
Oh, it's a teed in.
And it's teed in, and that's how you
So there's
fill
potential to get air.
It's ridiculous.
So we're going to have a lot of air burping. There's got to be a procedure. I'll look it up.
Okay. Find a YouTube video.
Maybe. Kyle's got these bolted on now, guys, and now he's putting the plastic back on. It's pretty easy if you're watching this video for the first time, wanting to tackle one of these instead of having a radiator shop do it or mechanic. Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's just a matter of remembering where. And
Kyle was talking to you guys about the serpentine earlier, and it did need to be changed. It was
that thing was terrible.
It was god awful. I want to talk to you guys. If you guys are going on a road trip with an older vehicle, not the night before, the day before going on the road trip, decide to do all this and then go for it. We bought this thing over a month ago for this road trip. It is crawling up on 200,000. It was well taken care of, but there was a couple things that were neglected on it. You want to check over everything. Would this thing have made it to Vegas? Probably, but you're really risking with the crack in the radiator like that. It wouldn't have been good.
Well, out through the desert, could be 100 degrees.
We're doing a fresh oil change. Serpentine, check that.
Yep.
Check for leaks.
Radiator's clean now.
Transmission fluid, power steering. Make sure your air conditioning's working. We're gonna pop underneath there, check the rear differential, brakes, tires. I mean, one of the reasons we went up and got this one from Washington, it just got a new set of master grafts put on it. Wheel bearings feel good. Brakes look really well. And we're just got some detail work to do.
It's gonna look like a shiny penny when we get done.
Yeah. Kyle's gonna get this back together, guys, and we're gonna top it up, and we'll let you know if we have any problems just pouring coolant like we were talking about in here, and having any air problems, we will let you know. So, I think I forgot to mention before, every piece of this that comes off of here can be taken off with a 10mm, an 8mm, and a Phillips screwdriver for these. Now I used a flathead just to put a little pressure on there so it would come up, but aside from that, everything to take the radiator off, those 3 tools. Oh, and pliers to get the clamps. And a funnel.
Don't worry about the funnel. Funnel's different.
All right, guys, we will catch you in a minute.
Check for leaks?